They set it all up. They all set it all up. The Cuyahoga County Department of Children and Family Services, along with Applewood Centers. As y'all know, shortly after the incident with Alexandria Fanowski and the group therapy had been stopped, right before that, they had stopped his visitations to the house. And they didn't want to send him home anyway. So they stopped our group therapy. They stopped me from, having visits with him at the house. And during the group therapy sessions, the Lord had already revealed to me that they were losing sorcery upon him. The therapist was attacking my son's brain, doing some of the same old tactics that they used to do when he was in the classroom at school, doing sorcery on his mind, controlling his behavior, causing him to get in trouble. Well, within the past couple of weeks, my son hasn't been able to have any visitations in person because they said he had gone AWOL. He had gone AWOL, and he had ran away from the area. And I asked my son what was going on. He said that he had gone outside, and he was outside for a while. He saw a girl standing outside who was part of the group home, I guess. A young girl who was there from the girls section, because normally they don't see the girls. And so my son happened to be outside. He said, I guess one of the kids had taken the key from one of the staff, and they got away. First, they called me and said my son had taken the key. My son said that one of the other boys had taken the key, and they went outside in the yard, and they saw a girl out there or something, and he said that the girl was trying to cut herself, and he went to try and console her, and somehow they ended up walking away. He said they walked for about 2 hours and ended up somewhere. I don't know where they were. The caseworker told me they were in Cuyahoga Heights or whatever, and they ended up going to some random person's house. My son said it was a 72-year-old man there. I guess it was his house. I don't know. But my son said he was sitting down watching TV, eating bacon. I guess the man had let him inside and fed him. I don't know who all was there. But he said he saw the man go into the back room with the girl. He told the girl to go back there. The girl who I guess my son was with from the group home. And she was 15 years old. My son's 16. My son said he was sitting there for a while and someone told him to go in a room. After a while, someone was telling him to go inside that room. My son said he walked inside the room and he saw the girl lying on the bed naked, and the 72-year-old man was on the bed naked as well. So I don't know if they had intercourse. I asked my son. He said he doesn't know. And I asked him how did it end up him being with this girl. He told me that the girl said, "Well, what are you trying to do or whatever?" And he ended up having sex with her. I asked him, was it consensual? Did you rape her? He says no. He said it was consensual sex. She was okay with it. But then, I had already had a feeling come over me before this even happened. Well, after my son had told me, I knew then that they were going to try and pin a charge on him because, like I said, they had been trying to set my son up for the longest. They had been setting him up, and as I posted on my page about several weeks ago, probably maybe a month or so ago, I said they were going to send him to prison, that they were plotting to send him to jail. And every time I say something, the Lord has already told me single thing is happening. This is what they've been doing. They had this agenda all along to set my son up. This is why, they had him in the juvenile detention center. They're doing this to our black young men, our black youth. And, it bothers me because, this wouldn't have happened, my kids hadn't been there, in the first place. And that's why I'm so upset. But my son now has to face a police officer telling him he raped this girl and not believing him. He's being encountered by the police and an attorney with no adult around. They have me away from him. I can't see him. So he's sitting here, telling what they're urging him to say. Public defender's not going to fight for him. They can pin any charge they want on him and manipulate him into saying whatever he wants. He's a special needs child. He's disabled. His cognitive abilities, everything's messed up because all the sorcery they done on him. I don't like the fact that God is allowing them to cover everything up. He's allowing all the witches and sorcerers to get away with everything when he has shown me all the evil they've done. And you allowed this man, I begged him to get this man out of my life. He would not stop this man from harassing me and my family. Every single night, this man violates me. He has not stopped. I can sit here, lie on my bed. I can't even go to sleep because I'm feeling something climbing on top of me. I get either him or another woman is climbing in and out of my body like you're just putting on clothes and shoes whenever you want to hop inside my body. I put up a video when God showed me, led me to a video where it talks about how people can use meditation and yoga and come out of their bodies and jump into another person's body, and they can do all this advanced sorcery and witchcraft and use all this advanced psychic power and energy and go into other people's bodies and harass them and do things to them and even sometimes can control them. But you sit here and cause all these things to happen for my child and then let my kids take the downfall for it. That's what bothers me. I am tired of the fact that it's been going on for so long. This is a wicked place. And I wish that I could just, move away. I wish I could get out of this entire country, because the Lord has shown me so much racism, so much depravity, how they're lynching and murdering our young youth, our young men. They're even raping our women, and it's just not, it hasn't stopped. The same thing their ancestors have done. When a white man can come in here and sexually assault and violate me and my child, my daughter, and somehow nothing happens. No charges are filed or pressed against him. He's not investigated, not even apprehended. And he can get away and walk around free. But then you end up taking my children from me. I lose my children for something you done. And you continue to assault me, continue to cut in my feet. And everybody pretty much knows sorcery. They know what's going on. They see it in the spiritual realm. Half the damn world is doing sorcery. He's already shown me. Everybody, everywhere you go, they're doing sorcery. Don't tell me you haven't seen them do this. The highest elite in the Illuminati, they know what he's doing, but they're covering for him. But you're going to charge me and my children. That's what bothers me. And it's like I'm upset at God, because it's like, you let it happen. You forced me to do your work. You told me that I was going to have a women's ministry, writing books and going around to schools. But yet you let a woman take my whole destiny and my ministry from me. Then you throw something else on me that was not meant for me. And now my children end up suffering, because you have me going around the neighborhoods and all the different schools and corporations to fight witchcraft. And I don't even know what the heck I'm going up against, and I get retaliated against, and my children get taken from me. And now you're setting it up for my son to go to jail so I can fight stuff in prison. I can't watch and endure that. I can't sit here and endure my son being raped and in jail or possibly murdered. They will destroy him, and they already know it. He's not meant for that kind of stuff. And it's just sad that the true perpetrators, who can violate me every single day, can do whatever they want to us, can use sorcery to harass us, bully us, torment us, violate our bodies, sexually assault us, harass us in the spiritual realm, and do all kinds of things to us, loose demons on us to torment us. They can get away with every single thing they've done. They're out here murdering people, killing people, raping people, and it's all being covered up because, they're a part of some elite network, or they have the right skin tone, and I'm tired of it. But you can lock up our young youth. My son, you can lock him up. You don't care. They're locking up disabled children now and pinning crimes on them. But you have this man, a grown man, walking around and it's not being held accountable for the things he has done. I put all types of evidence up here, all types of videos and playlists, and no one has done a thing about anything. No one has stood up to investigate. No one has said a word. Everything's been allowed to be swept up and covered up. But you can take a life of an innocent child. That is disgusting. And where's justice? There's no justice. There's no justice. I guess we just have to suffer until God comes back to get his church. Because I look at it as I ask God, I say, where's justice? Because if you would have done something about this a long time ago, if you wouldn't have allowed it to get to this point. When I first took my daughter in the hospital, and this man kept violating me when I first started working at that job, if you would have done something about it then when I cried out, not allowed him to get away with it, I wouldn't be going through this right now. My children wouldn't have had to suffer. I could look at my nose. You see the shape of my nose keeps changing. I literally can sit here and feel a woman pressing down on me. This woman who knows this man. They know each other, and they both have been harassing me and violating me every single night, using sorcery to do all kinds of things to me. And the Lord has shown me these things, but he's allowed these two people to get away with it and cover it up, and nothing has been done about either one of them. But they could sit here and do sorcery on my kid, can put up all types of spells and have my child sent away, have my kids taken away, kept my daughter away from me, still cannot visit her for whatever reason. There was no reason to stop our visits, but I can't see my daughter. All this stuff is allowed to happen. This whole conspiracy of an evil network coming up against a single mother and her children, 2 disabled children, and nothing is done about it. Not one thing. And that is why I am disgusted. I am angry and I'm hurt. My heart is heavy because all this evil and depravity has come forth, and it's just making me dislike certain people because I see how depraved and wicked they are. And it's like, I don't even want to be bothered with human beings who could do this type of evil and depravity, who are so wicked and vile that you will set up children. You are disgusting and despicable that you would do these type of things to children. You have no shame in you. You're just wicked. Wicked, and I don't understand why every day God wants mercy upon your wicked, wretched souls. Every single day. But I can't wait. I can't wait till you have your day, when your time comes, when you are burning in that lake of fire for every single thing you have done to destroy us and all of his people, all of his children, his anointed.